What's up, everybody? 5 things that can help you with your worm compost bins at home. I'm Tay here at Veteran Compost, and we're just going to take a journey real quick and take a look at a couple of these worms that we got going on here. All right, so we come back here. They like, the sun. They don't really like the sun too much. As you see all the action going. Oh man, look at that action there. Oh, that's some beautiful stuff there. Look at all eating up all the coffee grinds in there. A little bit of crab compost. Oh, look at that moisture content. Look at that beautiful moisture content there. You know, you don't have any of the liquids running out and whatnot. You know, it's still kind of spongy. It's a little bit of clumpy there or whatnot. That's what you want in your pretty much your finished stuff, or that you know that your compost is breaking down. Worm compost is breaking down efficiently there. Just talking about a few things that people go through, you know, when they have their worm bins. So simply, you when you're starting off, I would like to do, you know, a pound or so of worms or whatnot. So that's usually about 800, 1,000, 1,200 worms that you're using there. And I like to always suggest using these red wigglers. They're a little bit smaller than your average, you know, your regular night crawlers, European crawlers and whatnot, but they make up for it in their consumption. They eat all day long, and they reproduce pretty much all day long as well. So in about, you know, 45 days or so, I'll check this bin out to see if everything is, you know, overpopulated. And if I need to, I'll break them into another bin so we can start one again as well. Another thing you want to think about too is your airflow in the bins. You know, you don't want them getting suffocated. You know, they need a little bit of air, the oxygen going on. So we put some holes here down the rails there, as you can see. Once again, like I said, you're just getting from that air from the bottom, you know, and the top as well. We added some oyster shells in there too as well. Gets at some of that porosity there. You know, that airflow can flow on through there too as well. Let's talk about the feeding. When it comes to feeding, we like to use a dry feed. So we use a lot of the coffee grinds that we get from our, you know, different locations and whatnot, and we mix it with a crab compost, which is pretty cool. You get some little bit of the crab shells in there too as well. Once again, that just helps us with, you know, flies, gnats, different odors and whatnot. Now, there's nothing wrong with your, you know, your wet feed, as your fruits and your veggies, you know, your apples, your pears, your watermelons, cantaloupe, the skins. If you eat it, if you grow it, they can pretty much eat it. I would stay away from like your, you know, your peppers, your spicy veggies and whatnot, and whatnot and everything like that. So, you know, I would be mindful of that. Any of the cheeses, any of your dairy products, I would stay away from that too as well. Unfortunately, that doesn't break down as well here. You know, you get a lot of odors and different insects and whatnot running through there. You don't want that. Also, let's talk about, once again, as you can see, we have these pieces of wood here on top of here. That just helps you, you know, with your shade and whatnot. You don't want them sitting in the sun, you know, drying out. You will burn them up if it's too hot and whatnot. So they need a little bit of shade, you know, give them a little bit of beach time, let them relax, you know, enjoy the weather and whatnot. But they like that shade. It allows them to come up to that surface area at the top and really eat all that food and break it down. If you have them exposed all the time, they'll dwell pretty deep, and they won't come up as often and eat everything. So then therefore you got to leave the food in there a little bit longer, you know, to break down and whatnot. So you want to keep them, you know, nice and comfortable and happy. Let's talk about watering. We like to water about, you know, every 2 to 3 days. Pretty much, like I said, you want that first layer, you know, you can see the dryness on the top here, but once you scrape that down, you know, you can see that moisture in there, and you know, they'll probably be good for another 2 days or so, as you can see and whatnot. Like I said, anytime you can just move one little piece, the surface area there, you can see the worms and whatnot. You know, you have a happy bin there, which is pretty cool. Look, anywhere you go, you know, you see the worms there. They're pretty much eating, they're happy and whatnot there. So I think I've pretty much covered everything And also the temperature. You want to keep that at about 80 degrees. You don't want it too hot or too cool and whatnot. If it's too cold, they're going to slow down and get a little sluggish. If it's too hot, they may try to escape the bin. Anytime you have worms that's sitting at your edges of your bin, or they're crawling up the side, that they're not happy. They're trying to get out of there. They're trying to get out of town. It's like, yo, the conditions here are not suitable for me. This like, if you see this here and everything is clean, everybody's happy. Everybody's well at home and everything like that. So I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or whatnot, don't feel afraid to ask us here at Veteran Compost. I'm Tay, your man Tay, and I'm signing off.